Hello, hello, and welcome to the show, everyone. Good golly, where is everybody? Am I getting beat out by football tonight? Oh, I'm so glad that those of you who showed up are here. Welcome. Thank you for coming. My name is Danny Ackerman of the DanniApp.com. For those that don't know me, and for those that do, you can fill in the blanks over there in the chat. That's the cool thing. You come here live, you get to talk in the chat with other eBay and Amazon and Etsy sellers. I guess you guys are talking about dogs. I'm kind of trying to catch up with your conversation over there. Talking about dogs. All right, good stuff. See, it's like the water cooler. You talk about whatever. And it's just a couple little notes as we get going. Had a lot of new people come into the show, which is absolutely wonderful. Thank you. Welcome. I'm always open to hearing what you guys would like to know more about. That's why it's called Ask the Danni App. And there's a place over on my website where you can go and you can submit topics and questions and all that good stuff. We do record every show, so you can either come back and watch the whole thing right here at the link you used to get in, or you can check out my YouTube channel where we put it all into segments. So if there was just like one segment that you missed, you can just go on over and catch that on the replay. And if you have any issues during the show, if I freeze up or you lose sound, first thing to do is make sure that you don't have too many browser tabs open, especially things like Facebook. Facebook is a real broadband sucker, guys. Hate to say it, but I upgraded and I'm on the super duper whammy internet service here now, so it really shouldn't be on my end. If it is, I'm going to have to go strangle somebody because I'm paying way too much for that to happen. So there you go. Yes, if I freeze up, just nudge me. Yeah, there you go. just give me an elbow. Super duper whammy service is good. I like it. I definitely am noticing. Okay, so a little aside, I thought I had the highest speed service for residential. Lo and behold, here's what happens. Yes, you're paying for this high-speed service, but what they don't tell you is if somebody else comes along that is got higher clout with your cable company, mine's cable, then there's no guarantee as to how your speed's going to hold up, especially on a Sunday night at 5 p.m. So if you are a dedicated business account, though, you get priority over the rest of the neighborhood for that broadband speed. So there you go. Oh, really? It's not windy here. Luna's saying wind is wreaking havoc on the internet connection tonight, and her and I live in the same town, just a few miles away from each other. So not windy here yet. Not windy here yet. Knock wood. All right, this segment is brought to you by my friends at cabbage.com, and it's a great place. I was just watching somebody over on the Facebook group, went and got a little cabbage cash, went to an estate sale and grabbed up some really awesome stuff, and I'm pretty sure she said that she's already made the interest back on one thing that she sold. So use it wisely. It's not free money, but boy, can it open up the door to opportunities you wouldn't otherwise be able to take advantage of. And you can just go to getsomecabbage.com. Getsomecabbage.com. Yay! I'm going to see the cabbage people down in Florida in a few weeks. That'll be really cool. Okay, guys, fourth quarter. Fourth quarter is here. Let me do a check-in with you. How's it going so far? What's the first word that comes to your mind when you think about your sales for the last couple of weeks? Slow, meh. Some sales are picking up, okay. Sporadic, okay. Okay, so, and this is what I was afraid of, okay. This is what I was actually expecting you guys to say, by the way, because you need to brace yourselves. We need to talk about something a little more serious tonight because we are solopreneurs. We are in business for ourselves. And with that, you don't have the steady paycheck thing coming in. which is good because you're in control of your own paycheck, but also can be bad because we do get affected by things that are outside of our control, such as, I mean, this is no secret, guys, we have complete political unrest in this country right now. The government is shut down, and I don't think we hear those words, and I don't think people really truly get how huge that is. This has been threatened many times, but hasn't happened in over 17 years, okay? So this is a biggie. So what happens is, not only do you have about 750,000 people that are now not getting a paycheck, but you have this atmosphere of panic and fear and the sky is falling and doom and gloom. You know, it happens. It happens whenever we go into these situations. I know there's a name for that effect. Oh gosh, maybe somebody can think of it. When you start hearing something, it's like when somebody cries fire in the theater, even though you can't smell the smoke yourself, you know, or see the flames, it kind of sets this panic in motion. Yeah, it's a panic attack too, but there's actually like, there's a name for it. And it's a syndrome, but I can't think of what it is right now. Should have looked it up. So what's happening, the more days this goes on, the more the news, and you guys know the media is loving this. All those media news shows, they are just digging it. It's hysteria. There we go. It is like hysteria. But now people watch the news and they're feeding on this fear and, oh my gosh, we're going to go, you know, I'm kind of like, and I get these Google alerts and things to keep track of what's going on in the world that's going to affect our business, okay? I try not to watch the real, like, TV show news. I just catch glimpses of it because they can send us down a bad path, as you can see. I mean, that is what the majority of the country does, is they watch this stuff, they buy into it because, of course, you can trust what they're saying on the TV, right? So this is really, it's really bad for our country. It's really bad. Yeah, this is a bad situation. I'm not even going to get political. I don't go political, you guys. But this is a reality. I don't care what side you're on. This is happening. It's affecting us all. Now, it is really affecting us as online sellers. We have got to be more creative, or we have to come up with different ways to market, or we have to come up with different products. If we absolutely are counting on a certain amount of income coming in from our online sales, then we've got to work harder, right? And there are ways. I mean, some of you are talking about how you're doing okay and you're keeping up. But boy, it's going to be a challenge. So here's what I'm doing, okay? And hey, Miriam, guys, I'll say Miriam. Miriam's over there in the chat. So happy when she comes to the show. So, and maybe Miriam can chime in how sales are for her related to what she's seen in past fourth quarters. But I know Miriam is working extra hard, you know, and she's a really good example of just buckling down and doing, you know, what she needs to do to keep that income up, and that's what we have to do. So the other thing you have to do is plan ahead. So I can tell you, going into this fourth quarter right now, my sales are about $1,000 down from where they should be, and they've kind of been slow over the summer. I was kind of like, dude, I'm still getting sales, but I know for me personally, the more I list, the more I sell. And especially the more I list of like items, the more I sell of those type of items. Kind of goes hand in hand. Okay, so even Miriam says very slow last 3 months. Very slow, but things are looking up. Feel like it was so easy before and it's not easy anymore. Yeah, so she's having to work harder. So we need to budget. We need to budget that things are going to be slower, that we're going to have a tougher time getting through this fourth quarter than we have in the past. Now, there are some things, if any of you are not offering international shipping, and is there anybody in my chat room who's not working, or not working, I'm reading and talking at the same time, who's not offering international? Anybody? Anybody? This is a biggie because remember, our dollar is so much less than a lot of those countries. I'm telling you, I think 50% of my sales right now is international. International will keep you going. Yep. Now, I don't recommend the global shipping program, Cheryl. Sorry. I have been following it. I've been following what sellers are saying about it. And it's easier for us as sellers, but it is not better for your international buyers, and it is costing you sales, okay? It's costing you sales because they see a much greater cost on the shipping. So I really, really encourage you to get out of the global shipping program and just offer that international shipping on your own because you will see an increase in your international orders, okay? And, you know, I've got some stuff coming up. I'm just, you know, I've kind of spent this last year really working on what types of things you guys need from me out there, and I think I've got some good stuff coming out that's going to help a lot, okay? Because it just kills me when you guys are not doing what you need to do, especially, this is the one that gets me the most, if I hear this talk of I'm going to have to go find a job. I don't want you guys to have to do that. So we've got to figure out a way for that not to have to happen. Job is a 4-letter word, right? No jobs. I'm going to do our eBay. And it's possible, you guys. So you might have to tighten the belts, buckle up a little bit, cut back on expenses where you can, and work extra hard to get through until things start looking up. Now, here's the good thing. This is the good thing, is whenever we have one of these situations in the world, and, okay, I never thought I'd say this, but once you reach the middle of your life and look back, you can now look at all the times that we've had some pretty major things happen that have affected, and even before eBay, it affected retail, and we are in retail. So there are things that always affect retail, and you always have to be prepared for those. So the cool thing is, when we come out of this, we will go on a rise of sales, and people will start spending again and all of that good stuff. People of a certain age, yes. We won't say what that age is. Yeah, so you've just got to hang in there, do the best you can. And honestly, you guys, sometimes you can't do it all yourself. And I know that sounds counterproductive. If things are already tight and you're already pinching pennies, but sometimes bringing somebody in to help you get more listings done will actually pay for itself, okay? So that is something that you want to look at, especially in this time. There's more people on the internet. There's more people shopping. So if you can work on capturing those customers that are still spending money, that are still feeling secure, you'll be ahead of the game. All right, guys? So I'm telling you, it just kills me when I hear that people don't even have like an extra 20 bucks a month. Yeah. And you got to stay positive. You have to, okay? We'll get through this. We always do. We have, and this is something, I've been at a conference all weekend called The Weekend Marketer, and it's basically a lot of people who are still working full-time jobs that want to get out of it and get into their own businesses on the internet. And we did a lot of little mini masterminds. And I'll tell you, we come from all different walks of life. There was nurses and dentists and real estate people and computer techie people. So I think I was the only eBay person in the room. But when we got together in little groups of 2, 3, 4 people and brainstormed ideas, it was amazing. And you guys can utilize the Facebook groups that way. You know, if you yourself are not coming up with those ideas for how you can market your business better and all of that, ask a question. You will be amazed at the answers and the creativity and the cool stuff you get back from people that are all there willing to help. So don't hesitate to reach out, guys. I mean, that's what it's all about. And I think that we were up to like 2,200 people. That's crazy, all those brilliant brains over there. So let's stick together and get through the slow times, all right? Let's do it.